Hey yo, it's Leno and welcome to the world of Cobblemon. This is a Pokemon mod pack specifically for Minecraft where you can catch and even battle Pokemon and so much more, all while still being in default Minecraft. So stick around and let's see what happens in my first Cobblemon adventure. So I'm not going to sit here and bore you with the same long spiel that I gave Stream Chat, and instead I'm going to just summarize some of my plans for the series. First, you may notice that I have no starter Pokemon, and my plan was to find my starter naturally and not make it a generic one. And at some point, I'd also love to make a living dex for Generation 1, and who knows, maybe it'll span across other generations, though that's not going to be a today thing. I'd also like to build up a strong team and see what all this game has to offer in terms of challenges. There are data packs out there for trainers and things like that, and I will be adding those going forward. And while this is Cobblemon, it is still Minecraft, and I want to build a cozy area to call home to hold all of the resources that I may need going forward. Now that we've got that out of the way, let's get right into the video. You are probably noticing that there's not a choose starter option, and that is because I disabled that. I personally didn't want to start with any of the starters. I enjoy finding Pokemon on my own and starting with that. I tend to do that in the actual games themselves, so I figured I might as well do that here. I need to start by finding, well, just resources in general, maybe a village, maybe find a place to set up shop, things like that, because I don't really want to just be running around forever without a place to call home, if that makes sense. Got a specific one you're trying to get right now? Not really. I'm just kind of wandering around and seeing what I get. Now, the idea for me is to start with an electric type, because electric types are my thing usually, and I would really like to just embrace that, I guess, if that makes sense. Okay, so we have our first sprout, so we can plant trees for Pokeballs. I did not mean to put my bed up there. If I get all the way up here and there's nothing, I'm gonna be a little upset. Oh, a Dawnstone relic coins, an efficiency 5 stone shovel. What the heck is that? Okay, rare candies I can't use, experience candies, grass gem. The Dawnstone is super sick, and an expert belt is actually really nice to have. I love that chest. I also would really like to catch a living dex. For those of you that don't know what a living dex is, that is when you catch one of everything, including the entire evolution line. So if I catch a Bulbasaur, I also need an Ivysaur and a Venusaur in order to have that line complete. I can't just catch one and evolve it and then call it done. I think that would be fun. I also feel like that would probably take ages. I would also like to experiment a little bit with shiny hunting, because I just love shinies in general. So we'll see what happens there. But yeah, I think those are the current plans that I have. Okay, now there's another jungle. I honestly like the idea of taking over a jungle. Welcome to the jungle. We got... Yes. Yes. I feel like that's just gonna be the title of the episode now. Welcome to the jungle. I'm calling it now. Editor Lane, you know what to do. Alright, chat. Gonna lay a chest right there. And I think we are going to go explore that village here in a moment after I make food. That's all that I can make right now? Yeah. Okay. So I've got enough Pokeballs to get a starter now. Now I just have to figure out what I want to be my starter. I'm going to be very picky on this because I don't want just anything, right? It's the start to a new adventure, so I'm going to be a little bit picky about it. Hopefully we can run into something cool. Maybe something shiny, maybe an Eevee, maybe a cool electric type. I don't know. Chat, I actually think that I want to start with one of these Mareeps. I think we do it. We're gonna try it. There we go. Alright, chat. Got ourselves a new starter. Alright, chat. What do we name our starter? Name my Mareep Melissa? I don't know, chat. What do you think? Okay, well, look, I think we're gonna do like I did last time, and I'm just gonna name it Melissa. There we go. It's a male, so you know what to do. Yep, already on it, Puddle. Already on it. Puddle, what berry is it that we were using a lot of in this server? The one that we were using for fishing. I can't remember. Was it a lumberry? Yes, lumberry for dragon egg group 2. Okay, that's good to know, because I do want dragons at some point. Dingleberries. No, Melissa, no. Okay, it's just a Combi. We can beat that, right? Our first Pokemon battle against a Combi. I'm starting to question if we can beat that. Okay, we did win. Oh, there's another one of these buildings over here. Sweet. I will gladly take armor. Alright, so this village just had a little bit of armor. And a little bit of iron and some extra food. And I don't really think it's got much else going for it at the moment. I'll come back and steal those bookshelves and that lectern at some point, I'm sure. You know what? Hold on, I have an idea. You're supposed to stay in there. Are you... Oh. Okay. Yeah, no. Come on, man. Stop playing with me now. Okay, we're going to keep him in there for future use. Level 13 Butterfree. I don't know that I could beat Butterfree, especially with Melissa being low on HP. Let's try it. And it used sleep powder. I shouldn't have even tried. Oh my gosh. I didn't realize there was... Yo. Creep actually looks kind of adorable when it's asleep. Chat, look at this. It's a sleepy little sheepy. Alright, I think we go back home and I think we start fixing up the land. Maybe figuring out what to do for a starter house. I am so happy to see you starting Cobblemon series. Any specific theme you have? Honestly, I don't know that I have a specific theme in mind. I want to do an electric type team, but I don't also know specifically what I want to do. I just kind of started this today just on a whim, so we'll see what happens. Ooh, hold on, let me use the XP candies. I've also got a couple of rare candies. Okay, and we'll put that back. Hit this. And we will evolve Melissa into a Flaffy. Yo, look at that. We got ourselves a Flaffy. Oh, hold on. That's a Heracross. Hold on. Let's get that. That is a level 30 Heracross. But it's a Heracross, nonetheless, so we're gonna try. Oh my gosh, did I just catch that? I just caught a level 30 Heracross without damaging it. I think he was a little intimidated by you, Melissa. I need a nickname for my buddy Heracross here. Bug? I mean, I'll name it that. And so from here, you kind of get the idea. Chat came along with me for the adventure of just collecting some Pokemon and trying to get set up at the starter base. But there just happens to be this one funny clip of me getting blown up to a creeper while trying to catch this Ghastly. Oh no. I was reading chat. I wasn't looking. Oh no. After the stream, I spent some time focusing on fishing so I could try to get a little bit of food together, and I ended up finding this Pokerod upgrade template so I could get a Pokerod to get water encounters. And then immediately after that, I found this wild Stuffle, which I did manage to catch and add to the team, and then I immediately evolved it afterwards, and that leads us to today. It's been a few days since that stream, and since then I have caught a Stuffle, which has now evolved into a Beware, and I've also fished up this Pokerod upgrade smithing template thing for the fishing rod, so this way I can fish up Pokemon as well, which is going to be really cool. But I think I want to just go on ahead and get a starter build put in place. Now, I have an idea for right here, and I don't really remember if I mentioned in any of the previous clips, but I'm thinking I want a lighthouse right here. I've got a whole plan in mind for this area. I want a retaining wall going all the way around here with a little dock and stuff, and then I'm kind of envisioning like a city going throughout here, and there being a lighthouse here, maybe some ships and stuff out here. I don't know, we'll figure that out, but I am really excited to get moving on this. And well, on that stream, I did mention how I wanted to do like an electric team or something. I didn't really have any ideas, but I do want to just get a team that I typically wouldn't use in a Pokemon game, I guess, so I kind of need to rearrange my team a little bit because this isn't what I would use. I need to get a PC and I need to get a healer. I don't actually know how to get those items just yet, so I'm going to figure that out. But I think where I need to start is just getting resources together. So I know I'm going to need a bunch of Deep Slate, a bunch of Tough, a bunch of Mangrove, and a bunch of Birch. And then probably some Dark Oak, and I might actually have to go into the Nether, which is not the most promising thing in the world. So I think we're just going to kick things off by going caving and trying to get some resources, maybe even find some diamonds and stuff. But I think the primary objective right now is just to get the resources together so this way I can start building, which is exactly what I did. I grabbed Deep Slate, Dark Oak, Tough, Birch, Mangrove, Obsidian, where I also missed out on a shiny Zubat apparently. I went to the Nether, I got Glowstone, and then I got the Return to Cinder achievement just because I am too good at this game. I also then remembered that I had to strip the Birch, the Dark Oak, and the Mangrove. Resources acquired now, and as you can see back here, I've gotten myself a PC, and during that stream while I was getting resources, I got an Electabuzz on the team as well, and here in the PC, I also managed to catch myself a Poliwhirl and a Ditto and a Carbink. I've got all of the resources I need to get started right here, and I figure I just want to go on ahead and start building. I've got everything else together. I think it's time to do this. Mostly because I died many times getting the last of the resources together. It was kind of embarrassing, and thankfully that was not done on stream. So I'm just a little aggravated by getting the resources, and I just want to build now because I have them and I want to feel accomplished. So it's time-lapse time. And the starter build is finally done. There is no interior yet, but I don't really care so much about that. The important bit was that the build is done. And I've got a lot of vertical room to work with, not so much horizontal room. And I do need to do a little bit of terraforming because, well, Pokemon can kind of just get in and out of here at the moment, but that's fine. I'll take care of that. That'll probably be an off-camera thing, or maybe on stream later. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But the lighthouse is finally done, and I am really happy with it. So I used this reference image off of Google, and Editor Lane should be remembering to put that on screen right about now. And you can see where the inspiration came from. And, well, I think I did a pretty solid job with this build. I never thought to use Birch and Mangrove together, but I really like it. I think the warmth of it, it really flows well together, especially with the Tough and the Deep Slate down here at the bottom, but also having the Dark Oak that sits in and just kind of fits the rest of the vibe as well. And then I've got these white glass panes in here for a little bit of contrast from all the darkness as well. And I mean, that's pretty much it. There's not much that's going on here. I do think that this is a pretty great build. This is the first time I've built something in quite a while and was truly happy with it. So I think we got something solid here. And this is a pretty great foundation for a starter base in and of itself. Now let me sleep real quick, and I'm going to show you guys the other thoughts that I'm having around this area. So as I mentioned earlier, I am kind of picturing there being... Hold on, that's a Snivy. Sorry, I'm going to get sidetracked. I'm about to catch a Pokemon before I wrap this up. Look, Snivy, well, Servine and Superior, that whole line from Generation 5, that's one of my favorite starter lines, and I am thrilled to have this spawn out here because I really could use one of these on the team, I think. Heck yeah, we got ourselves a Servine. That is going to be awesome. I am so thrilled to have that a part of the team. Anyway, as I was saying about, well, the build area, so I did mention how I wanted there to be a retaining wall going all the way around here, and there being a jungle city going on in here, and a little pier and some docks and stuff going on out here, and I really want to do that. But for me to do that, I am going to need your help. What else should I build out here? If you have any reference images that you think that I should, if you have any reference images that you think I should look into, drop them in my Discord. The link to that is down below in the description. And let me know. Maybe that will inspire me to do another build out here. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But for now, I think I'm done with this episode, because this has taken quite a while to do in and of itself. Now, this episode was edited a little differently than most of my other content. Let me know down in the comments below what you guys think of it, if I should continue this, or what you guys think I can improve on there. But anyway, I think that just about does it for today's episode. As always, if you've enjoyed today's episode, please be sure to show your support by liking the video, commenting down below, and subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. My name is Lane, and I will catch you guys in the next one.